The world was aghast when the Oscar nominations came out, and both Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig were left out of their categories for one of the most acclaimed movies of the year, Barbie. Maybe the Academy always doesn't get it right. We'll talk about it. Deep Focus Review's Brian Eggert is here to tell us what other snubbed movies are ones you should not miss. Let's start with book adaptation. That was a tween girls hit last summer. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
How's that feel?
I cannot wait to take it off.
Yeah. Welcome to womanhood.
All right, so what do you think about this now?
So this, as you said, it's an adaptation of a Judy Blume text, a really kind of controversial text at the time for its themes of like religious indecision and just its frank discussion of puberty.
Yeah.
But Kelly Freeman Craig, the writer-director, really does a great job of capturing Blume's tone, and I think she was absolutely snubbed for Best Adapted Screenplay. I also think this is a career best performance from Rachel McAdams. I mean, she was my top pick for Best Supporting Actress, and she should absolutely have been nominated. And then Abby Ryder Forreston, who plays Margaret. It's a teen performance, but she really captures that kind of uncertainty and curiosity that we all feel about pre-adolescence, and I think she should have been Best Actress, actually.
Well, who votes?
The Academy, you have to be a member of the Academy, so you have to be in film. So people like you and I can't vote, unfortunately.
Well, how do they not see this then?
I mean, they all have to. I'm sure somebody nominated them, but
Okay, but it's not enough.
Not enough.
All right. Your second pick is All of Us Strangers. Right. We have a clip, yeah?
This your mom and dad?
Yeah. They died just before I was 12. I'm trying to write about them at the moment.
How's it going?
Strangely. Hi.
Hi.
All right, this was a flick.
It's an outstanding film. I think it should have been nominated in multiple categories, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, but especially Andrew Scott, the lead for Best Actor. I mean, this was my favorite performance of last year.
Wow.
He is so good in this. It's a devastating performance about a writer who's looking into his past and actually talking to the ghosts of his parents to kind of deal with some old wounds. At the same time, he's carrying on a relationship with a guy in his apartment building, and that's played by Paul Mescal. And both Paul Mescal and then the parents, Claire Foy and Jamie Bell, all should have been nominated for Best Supporting their roles. This is just a devastating movie. I mean, I saw it twice, and I was just like bawling both times by the end. It's just an open wound of a film, and it's absolutely outstanding. Not enough people saw this movie.
After the first time you bawl, you go and play it again?
Well,
you're a masochist.
My wife didn't see it, and I wanted her to see it, and then
kidding.
I had the same feeling.
Listen,
the second
a
time.
powerful movie like that is, it's interesting to watch. It's art.
Yeah.
All right, the next film you mentioned it's a French language film. It's The Taste of Things. Now, what did you think about this one?
Yeah, so this was one of my most anticipated films of the year, and it didn't disappoint. France submitted it as the best international feature, and it didn't get picked as a nominee. I think it should have been not only that category, but Best Picture, Best Actor and Actress for Benoit Magimel and Juliette Binoche. They were married actually in real life and divorced a few years back, and their relationship really comes through in this relationship between a cook and her chef. And it's such a complex movie. There are these really long scenes of cooking that are really engrossing, but every meal that they're cooking is like an expression of love, and there's like another layer to it. It's just such a beautiful movie.
Do you speak French?
A little bit.
Okay, so if you don't speak the language at all, is it kind of hard to really absorb the acting if you can't materialize and interpret what they're saying in the language?
I think a lot of people today actually watch movies with
subtitles
YouTube, on
right,
anyway.
Yeah.
And I think after you do that enough, your brain just kind of gets used to it to where you can do both at the same time.
Okay, interesting. I just figured. All right, let's talk about Barbie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What's going on with Barbie? Well, let's get a quick clip to remind us of the movie if we need it.
Never be rude, never show off, never be selfish, never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line. It's too hard, it's too contradictory, and nobody gives you a medal or says thank you. And it turns out, in fact, that not only are you doing everything wrong, but also everything is your fault.
Is she talking about being a husband?
Right. So.
Wow, come on.
Whoa,
no, but
what?
that's the point of this snub, is that this is a movie really about feminism, right? And
Totally, yeah.
here they are getting snubbed.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, it was nominated for 8 Oscars, which is great, but
Not the big ones.
not the 2 that I think it needed, which was Margot Robbie for Best Actress. She's doing great work in comedy, but also just dealing with like an existential crisis.
Right.
And then Greta Gerwig for director. I mean, for her to balance the commercial needs of a Barbie movie, and then turn in a $1 billion movie, but also turn in a film that is socially conscious and about feminism, and also a musical and also a comedy, that's rare. Not only that, but it's a movie that tapped into the cultural zeitgeist in a way that really no other movie has in a really long time.
Yes.
Like everybody knows Barbie. Everybody can quote a scene from Barbie.
Yes.
Everybody knows, the music from Barbie at this point. And that immersion into our cultural consciousness is so hard to do, and she did it effortlessly.
And think about it, you're taking a classic toy
Right.
and you're screaming these huge themes, and it does an incredible job of doing that. I was joking about the husband comment, by the way. This movie is special and makes
Yeah.
incredible points.
And it's also critical of that toy at times. I mean, how for a movie about IP to be critical of that IP is really strange.
Yeah, for sure.
And also really fascinating.
Brilliant in that way.
So yeah, she absolutely should have been nominated for Best Director.
Okay, now you got something special coming up, right? So you have this event that's happening on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, on
Tell me about it.
Valentine's Day.
Secret movie night.
Secret movie
Sounds
night at
fun.
Imagine Willow Creek. Yeah, tickets are $10, and I'll be there kind of hosting afterward. You won't know what movie you're going to watch until the movie starts, but it'll be appropriate for the holiday, I promise.
Okay, so you can bring littles or no?
Yeah, it's yes, you
appropriate.
can.
Okay.
Yeah, it's PG. Yeah.
And is it any movie? Could it be like black and white from the 40s?
It could be, it could be a silent movie for all you know. But
You don't know.
It's not a silent movie, but it could be anything. Yes.
Okay, all right, cool. I was telling you, we watched 2001 Space Odyssey the other night, and
Yeah.
I was like, they don't make movies like this anymore.
No, they don't.
Is that your favorite?
It's one. I would say 2001 is in my top 20, maybe. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, Hal. All right, thank you. All Brian's Movies, reviews and details, all on his website. Awesome website. Deep Focus Review. And he's always on point, and he's always here with the greatest insight. So thank you again for coming. Appreciate it, Brian.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, coming up.